Hey, so as promised in my pterodactyl review, this is the Ankylosaurus from the Rulon side. Again, one of the really simple toys. This one, at least, as opposed to the pterodactyl, has posability in that you can move his four limbs forward and back individually. But again, the feet are very flat, so it's really meant to have a certain pose, but if you like, you can always make it kind of run like this. Do a bit of that, do something funky, I don't know, it's up to you. The whole body is actually made of a very hard plastic. It would have been kind of nice if the tail could have bent a bit and looked with a softer rubbery plastic, but for some reason they made it into a very stiff one. So this is probably an area that's likely to break if you don't take care of it, so watch out for that. Really, to be honest, I really don't like this figure all that much. It's one of the weaker figures. Even just the face of the dinosaur itself is a bit odd. I mean, yeah, it looks like an Ankylosaurus, but the scaling is all wrong. Compared to the other dinosaurs, an Ankylosaurus was actually a lot bigger than like a pterodactyl, so that's a bit strange that this guy is so small compared to the other figures. But nonetheless, I mean, he does look like an Ankylosaurus. So his eyes, again, not one of those beady eyes that most Dino-Rider figures have. The mouth is really simple and kind of weird looking here. It kind of looks like the top piece, the whole top section was just glued on to this bottom section. And the bottom jaw is really kind of just this weird plastic jutting out. I mean, they really didn't put a lot of work on this. Again, I mean, this was one of the first figures they ever had, so this might have been like a test figure. And eventually once it really caught on, then we were like, okay, let's really get into it, add a lot more detail. Probably one of the reasons why this was not in the Smithsonian line of toys, because not very accurate, not very scientifically accurate. This is the top view. Bottom view, it's got these weird little texturing there. So in terms of the armor for this guy, really this is what you have. This is the main body harness. You hook it onto the tail like that, and the rest just kind of clips on. And after that, you got this huge crossbow that pegs in the top there. As you can see, there's a big hole on top. There's a peg in there. Just peg it in. And from there, really, that's the Ankylosaurus fully equipped. The crossbow you can rotate as you like. And the figure that came with this guy is Antor, who I've got right here. So one of your typical Ant-Man Rulons. He has this gray pants. And the top of his little sweater here, I guess, is this maroon, purplish color. Typical range of motion. Head goes 360. He's got these huge red eyes, like a reptilian pupil there. He's got these little, what do you call them again? The word escapes me for now, but like fangs. I don't know. He's got gray gloves and like this yellowish cuffs. So really, this is really your Ankylosaurus from the Dino-Riders toy series. This is series 1. And your Ant-Man comes with the typical weaponry, the little plastic weaponry. That's really your Ankylosaurus right there, just to give you a little 360. Really not one of the most fantastic Dino-Rider toys. I would honestly say one of the weaker ones, but for the sake of completion, you should probably just pick him up because he's very reasonable in terms of price. Again, one of those figures that you really shouldn't be paying more than $20 for. And most often you'll probably get them in like a lot, because you do get some people who will sell them individually, but they kind of ask for ridiculous prices like $30-something, which I wouldn't even pay for one of these guys. But yeah, I mean, if you're collecting Dino-Riders, you should just pick him up because he's such a good price anyway. So, alright, that's really the review for the Ankylosaurus, guys. Take care.